Smoking is incredibly common. You see it in movies on the street. Maybe a friend offers you a cigarette at a party. It seems like a small act. Just one puff, just this one time. What harm could it possibly do? Many people believe a single cigarette is harmless, a minor experiment that leaves no trace, but this belief is a dangerous misconception. The moment you light that first cigarette and inhale, a powerful, destructive process begins inside your body. It starts with a single step, but it's a step onto a hazardous path for your health. The decision often happens in a social setting. Peer pressure can be strong, curiosity can be even stronger. I'll just see what it's like. The act seems simple. You light the end, you breathe in the smoke, you breathe it out. What feels simple is actually a complex chemical event. Your lungs aren't built for this exposure. This smoke contains over 7,000 chemicals. Hundreds of these are known to be harmful. About 70 of them are known to cause cancer. Think about that for a moment. With a single puff, you are delivering a payload of carcinogens directly to your lung tissue. Among these chemicals is formaldehyde. You are also inhaling arsenic and lead, a toxic heavy metal. These are not things that belong in the human body. Cigarette smoke contains carbon monoxide, the same dangerous gas that comes from a car's exhaust pipe. When you inhale carbon monoxide, it enters your bloodstream and takes the place of oxygen. This means your heart, brain, and other vital organs are immediately starved of the oxygen they need to function properly. The smoke also carries tar, a sticky black substance. As you inhale, this tar begins to coat the delicate lining of your lungs, much like soot coats the inside of a chimney. This coating is not easily removed. The moment the smoke hits your lungs, your body reacts. The delicate tissues lining your airways are not meant for this kind of assault. The immediate response is irritation and inflammation. You might start to cough. This coughing is your lungs' desperate attempt to expel the foreign substances you have just inhaled. It's a clear signal that something is wrong. Your lungs have tiny hair-like structures called cilia that work constantly to sweep out mucus, dirt, and germs. Hydrogen cyanide paralyzes these cilia almost instantly. Your airways may also start to produce more mucus to try and trap the harmful particles, which can lead to a feeling of congestion or tightness in your chest. This irritation is more than just a feeling. It is a sign of physical damage starting at a cellular level. At the same time, the carbon monoxide from the smoke is binding to your red blood cells. This is a crucial point. Your red blood cells are supposed to carry oxygen from your lungs to the rest of your body. But carbon monoxide binds to these cells more than 200 times more effectively than oxygen does. So, after smoking just one cigarette, a percentage of your blood cells are now carrying a useless poison instead of life-giving oxygen. This is why some people feel lightheaded or dizzy after their first cigarette. Their brain is being temporarily deprived of the full amount of oxygen it needs. The DNA in your lung cells can be altered by the carcinogens in tobacco smoke. DNA is the blueprint for your cells, telling them how to grow and behave. When this blueprint is damaged, cells can start to grow uncontrollably. This is the very beginning of how cancer develops. Scientists have found genetic damage can begin very quickly after exposure to tobacco smoke. Think of it like this. Each cigarette is a small injury to your lungs. If you get a small cut on your finger, it will probably heal. But what if you cut the same place every day? Eventually, scar tissue forms and the skin is never the same. Smoking is repeatedly injuring your lungs. Even one cigarette starts this process of injury and repair. For some people, that initial genetic damage could be the one that leads to a tumor. There is no guaranteed safe number of cigarettes. This is why it's so important to make healthy choices for your lungs. Your lungs work for you every second of every day, providing the oxygen that fuels your entire body. They are a precious resource. Choosing not to smoke is one of the most powerful things you can do. If you have never smoked, don't start. Your health is your greatest asset. Remember, the journey to chronic lung disease, heart disease, cancer, can begin with that very first cigarette. Don't take that step. Like, share, and subscribe to the channel for more educational videos.